Alrighty everyone, it's already May 21st of 2024, and there's a lot of things happening right now behind the scenes over at the Walt Disney Company regarding all of their divisions. Whether it's Lucasfilm, Pixar, or anything related to Marvel Studios, everything is being impacted by Bob Iger's third phase of his cost containment plan. Now, we already know that Bob Iger and the board of directors have been in this endless shakeup, so to speak, about the current direction of Disney throughout this year, 2025, and most especially, of course, 2026, that really is going to be the very year that Bob Iger plans to step down. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. You can also follow me at Mike01. I thank you also very much for the great and kind support. So, one thing about Bob Iger, and I always point this out, is that this man will lie endlessly about there being no agenda in any of the divisions at Disney. Whether it's Marvel, Star Wars, or just the Disney live-action material, doesn't matter. He will lie to the shareholders and the customers just to string them along into the following year, promising change or any kind of alterations. Now, this is exactly why I believe that Nelson Peltz will be back in 2025 in a major attempt to obtain a board seat, because even he himself said, if nothing changes over at Disney, you can expect me back. Now, what's interesting about this, though, is that Bob Iger has been really going into this panic mode, this phase of desperation, endless damage control over the financial status of the Walt Disney Company and what's really going on with all the varying productions that are actually happening in different stages of production, right? It's different stages of development, so to speak. Now, interestingly enough, on top of everything here, with all divisions at the Walt Disney Company going through Iger's cost containment plan, one significant development now involves more to do with Bob Iger's response to the financial situation at the company across the board, where he delivered the following. As CEO, I think it's extremely important to address this to our shareholders and customers that may hold any level of concern about the future of this company for the remainder of 2024 and the coming years. I would first like to address the many films that we released in 2023 that unfortunately didn't meet our expectations at the box office. I can't stress this enough, but those statistics had nothing to do with any sort of claimed agenda that the Walt Disney Company is forcing into these projects, which is something that we do not engage in at all, and is completely false. Those were related to nothing more than marketing mishaps, and we are looking into fine-tuning our marketing teams for all of our divisions moving forward to ensure that we provide a more accurate series of projections at the box office for our many upcoming films. The other side of that, and this, that I believe needs to be put out there, is that our cutbacks and layoffs should be of no concern to our shareholders and customers around the world, and that this is nothing more than the Walt Disney Company right-sizing our company to better invest in our products as we move ahead into the 2025 year. One of our greatest challenges that we have met with our 2024 year is how we do, of course, invest less now. I will admit that we invested way too much in various projects, and it did lead to a significant loss in revenue over time. And we are promising to take better care of our research into our budgets and funding for films, television, and our many theme parks around the globe. Our one great development going on for us right now at the Disney Company is for one of our most valued business models, Disney Plus, as we aim to remove content on the platform that holds lower engagement statistics, as we also look to raise rates for the next 2 years for Disney Plus and our Hulu, and our other package options. This will also lead us to later invest in better business models and the development of Disney divisions here at Disney. I must repeat that we do not engage in any level of a culture war, nor do we support or push any level of an agenda in our films and projects. And for those claiming that this is what led to our lost revenue over the years, I will say that that is nothing more than irresponsible to our shareholders and customers who have remained loyal to this company for decades. We do, however, plan to up our support for DEI in our many live-action and animated projects, along with films and programming for everything Star Wars and Marvel related. We hold no concern over the reception and response from our support for that, and we do not see this as any level of an agenda at all, as many claim. This is nothing more than a strategy for us to reach a wider, global audience to appeal to new customers. Our support for DEI, after careful research from our analysts, have no connection to our recent struggles with some of our film releases throughout 2023 and what we have mapped out for the 2025 year. Now guys, let me just say one thing about this before I move on about Bob Iger, is that he is literally doing the same exact thing over and over again. This is why I like to call him Bob Iger, by the way. He is continuously lying about why Disney is losing revenue. He's blaming it on marketing mishaps, and he's also blaming it on those quote-unquote irresponsible voicing their opinions that Disney is agenda-based, ruining the experience for others and falling into the belief that it's all agenda-driven, when in reality it really all is agenda-driven. That's what he claims is the source of the problem. Marketing mishaps and loud voices in a major attempt to change the minds of others. That's what he's blaming right now. So I think at the end of the day, they will never want to admit that there is an ongoing agenda happening over at Disney. They will say that they support DEI and all of this ESG nonsense into movies and TV shows and their theme parks even, slash their merchandise. I mean, it's an ongoing and growing issue because it's used in such a disingenuous way, I must add, for all of their products. You know, it's all nothing more than to hire specific individuals and to focus less on story and character development and to focus more on a message. That's why so many people have been really just moving away from Disney, you know, altogether. I know a lot of people out there have already dropped their Disney Plus slash Hulu package and have moved on to other streaming services out there. So again, he goes on to conclude, our push for layoffs, reducing content, and upping our rates for Disney Plus slash Hulu will allow us to better invest in other areas. So basically what that translates to is that Bob Iger, you know, Disney in general, is getting very greedy. Now it's all about layoffs, spending less, smaller scale productions, while also upping the rates of Disney Plus and upping the prices of everything in their theme parks and just generally everything, right? To make up for really kind of spending less on everything else in the process. They want to basically make up for the revenue that they lost that way, and to also use some of that revenue to invest in other new divisions that they're trying to build and other theme park additions to really kind of go up against Universal Epic Universe in 2025. So again, I mean, there's a lot of things going on with Bob Iger once more, because the fact that he is leading up to the very year that he plans to step down as CEO, these are basically the final years of Iger, and he wants to build this legacy of himself, essentially, that's not going to go well, I could tell you that much. But a lot of people have been asking me, do I believe that his replacement will be either better or worse? I think it would actually be worse. I have no idea how they would get somebody that's going to be better than Bob Iger, significantly at least, you know, to the point where maybe it would be like a Michael Eisner era. I don't think that we're going to get that again. There's no chance in our lifetime that I think we will see that happen again. But I think that we would, if anything, get someone more on the line of a Bob Chapek, or maybe a little bit better than that at most. So overall, I mean, I would really love to hear what you guys have to say about this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys later.